My house was destroyed by a devastating fire. At 65, I sought refuge at my son David's place, but he turned me away, saying his fiancée Victoria needed privacy. Desperate and broken, I called my first love, Randall Galloway, a man I hadn't seen or spoken to in 4 decades. When he opened the door to his elegant home, he looked at me with those same amber eyes and spoke just 3 words. "You finally came home." In that single moment, my life changed forever. I always thought 65 years had taught me every shape of suffering. Losing my husband Robert to cancer, watching my only child grow distant, learning to live alone in a house too big and too quiet. I was wrong. The deepest pain was still waiting. It happened on an ordinary Wednesday in Charlotte, North Carolina. I was in the kitchen, stirring sugar into my afternoon coffee, when a faint, acrid smell drifted in. I frowned, set the spoon down, and walked toward the living room. When I opened the door, a wall of black smoke slammed into me. Flames were already licking the curtains, racing up the walls like they were starving. I froze for those terrible few seconds, long enough for the fire to roar louder. The smoke detector never screamed. Later, I learned the battery had died months earlier. A tiny oversight, a lifetime erased. I stumbled back to the kitchen, groping for the phone. Smoke burned my throat, my eyes. Glass exploded somewhere behind me. No time. I snatched my purse from the table and ran for the back door. The last image burned into my mind was Robert's framed portrait above the fireplace, his gentle smile beginning to blacken and curl in the heat. Outside, neighbors were already spilling into the street. Mrs. Jenkins, my 78-year-old angel next door, rushed over and wrapped me in her arms. We stood together, helpless, as 40 years of life burned. The fire department arrived in 10 minutes, but it was already too late. They saved the neighboring houses. Mine became nothing but ash and twisted metal in under an hour. The kitchen table where David once did homework, the pencil marks on the doorframe tracking his growth. The bedroom where Robert and I shared 37 years of whispered goodnights, all gone. I stood on the sidewalk, wrapped in someone's blanket, coughing smoke, watching the fire chief approach. His face was streaked with soot. "I'm so sorry, Mom. Total loss." He didn't need to say more. I already knew. That first night, neighbors took turns watching over me. Mrs. Jenkins insisted I stay with her, but her tiny apartment was overflowing with grandchildren visiting for the week. The Red Cross shelter was a gymnasium full of cots and strangers. The thought made my chest tighten even more. So I did the only thing left. I called David. My son lived 40 miles